Good evening, my name's Cassie and I am your host for this episode on Daily Earth. Today's episode is concerned on equality. As you know, there are daily campaigns for equality in Nigeria, Africa and across the globe, ranging from rights of employees, men, women, children from violence or abuse, the minority rights and a host of others. The minority rights includes the LGBTIQ rights, which is an acronym for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, intersex, and queer rights, under the umbrella of rainbow community. Other terms like pansexual, gender binary falls under the category of the LGBTIQ. There have been movements in form of protests to legalize, recognize the rainbow community rights termed generally as same-sex rights. Over the years, these protests have increased, leading to legalization in some parts of the country, continent and in the world, while in others, it is met with stiff resistance and wide range of punishments, from serving jail terms, public disgrace, not to mention death in these parts where same-sex relations are called sodomy acts and viewed as taboo or a sin. The main belief of same-sex relations viewed as a sin stems from religion, especially the Christian and Islamic religion. However, today's topic isn't about the history of same-sex, or how religion views it, whether or not religion is right or wrong. This program is centered on LGBTIQ citizens in Nigeria and how they are affected due to the prohibition of the Same-Sex Act enacted in 2014. The transsexuals are one category to be looked into because of their seemingly complicated nature aside from bisexuals. How are they viewed by other people in Nigeria regarding their sexual orientation, and how do their other fellow rainbow members treat them? We will be having a discussion with a member of the rainbow community on the street corner, a transsexual. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Sitting with me is a member of the rainbow community by name Boyce. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here. So, Boyce, tell us a bit more about yourself. Okay, first things first. My name is Boyce, though not the name I answered before. The name people called me before was Ama Okuna. I hail from Edem local government in Enugu State. I was born into a Christian family of 6, to Mr. and Mrs. Okuna, 3 males and 3 females. I'm actually the second and the first female child of my parents. Wow. Okay, but you do look like a male. Is that part of being a transex? Lols. Ever since childhood, I never felt like a female inside, even though I have the female gender. I always believed I was a guy and as such did what the guys did. At first, my parents thought it was okay, but as time went on, they became unhappy with my lifestyle, my choice of male friends instead of female friends, my dressing and my choice of hair. I smell trouble coming. You wish. Yes, there was drama alright, but it eventually gave way, not much, but just a little, for me to become myself and live my life to the fullest. While my parents, especially my mom, insisted that it was still inappropriate for a lady to put on men's clothes, worse still reassign gender other than the original one had from birth, I found varying degrees of support from my siblings. Looking back at the years that have passed, I must say I'm really thankful to God to become myself no matter the circumstances. Your parents' view of your orientation, did it change? Well, not exactly, but they'd accept me and let me live my life. I know in their hearts they want me to be happy and be myself. Wow, it's very bold of you to come out to your parents at a young age. Most would have been thrown out, or taken for deliverance in a bid to rid any homosexual tendencies. True, I guess I'm lucky to have parents who are learned despite being strongly religious. I'm not saying that my coming out to them was rosy. I'm just happy that I was eventually understood. It could have been worse, it could have been better. How does the society views the transgender group today? I must say, not in good light. I think the transgender group is neglected even in the rainbow community. We are not the only group being viewed in the dark light. Video commercials like the comedy skits only make it worse. I think the problem is centered on gender and pronouns we want to be addressed with during and after transition. It's not necessary to transition or do surgery in order to become who you desire. All that matters most is who you are on the inside and who you want to be addressed, either as a male or female with the corresponding pronouns. Boys, can you do a bit more of explanation on the transgender and their terms? Okay, let's see how this goes. A transgender or transsexual simply is one who does not identify with the gender they were assigned at birth and may wish to change their gender at a later stage. Transgenders who wishes to change their gender to the one they feel natural often use the corresponding pronouns associated with the gender they want to transition into. A trans man is one who was assigned female gender at birth, while a trans woman is one who was assigned male gender at birth. From your explanation, it means you are a trans man. Absolutely. Transgender is just the general term. A transsexual can be a heterosexual, a homosexual, or bisexual, even a pansexual, and in relationships too. Okay. So all that matters is the gender identity you feel on the inside? Right. Transgender can opt in for hormones, surgery if they desire to, but for me, I prefer to dress in men's clothes, beards and do men's hairstyle, even though my voice is more like a female's, but it's okay. Okay, one more thing. Do you think people like you will be accepted in the nearest months or years to come? Also, do you think there's gonna be a pride event in Nigeria? With my heart. Yes, it's not going to be easy. Nigerians are becoming more accepting of the rainbow community. It's only a matter of time before anti-same-sex laws are completely abolished in Nigeria. There are already myths being debunked and lies been discovered in all aspects. Perhaps next time, you will get to talk on those aspects. One more thing. What advice will you give to others who are struggling to come in terms with their sexuality? Also, what would you advise parents to do when they find out their child's not straight? The best advice I can give for those struggling is to accept themselves before asking for acceptance from the society. Parents ought to give a listening ear to their children, and it's important to know that every child is a gift from God, no matter their gender identity. We can equally contribute positively to the society in all angles of life, career-wise. Thank you, boys. It's nice having you here. I'm flattered. It's been an honor to having to define some terms on the media and to the world. Thank you. Okay, that's enough for today. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. And remember, transsexual is absolutely natural and biological too. I thought I mentioned the show is closed. Oh no, it's just getting started. Oh no.